Welcome back to the interview couch. Today we have a very special guest. It's Sacha, our trumpet player, and this is the very first interview we've done with a Bouquet member, which is very exciting because I think it'll be not a super different perspective, but definitely different perspective on how the band works. I'm Noah, obviously. And let's start with a very basic question. Tell us about you, what your background in music is, how you got into trumpet and stuff.
So I'm Sacha. I think I started playing in primary school in like year 2. We all got given brass instruments, so
Really?
I got
Dang,
so I got
cool.
given a little cornet.
A what?
A cornet.
What is that?
It's like a little trumpet for brass bands. It's like a little bit smaller.
That is
A little
cool.
bit like mellow
Okay.
sounding. It's nice.
That's cool.
So then I've been in brass bands since like year 3.
Dang.
And then I think it would be second year of college, I moved from my county youth brass band to the county youth jazz band.
Okay, cool.
Because I started getting into jazz and I was a bit bored of the brass, it's got a bit boring.
Nice.
Yeah, and then I carried on, did music in high school and college. But not fully, I did like science as well in my levels and then music as well. So it was a bit of a mix, it was very fun. Yeah, and then came to uni. Joined the jazz band here, and then
Big, what is it called? Jam
Jam
first.
First,
Jam
yeah.
first.
And then you guys found me.
Yeah. That's sick. What you said that you got into jazz. How did you get into jazz? And are there other styles that kind of like influence you and your vibe?
I don't even know how I got into jazz. I just started listening to it a bit more, and I had a friend that we started going to loads of different jazz gigs in Manchester.
Oh, that's cool.
Just randomly whatever showed up, and then I decided I wanted to play it.
Yeah, that's sick. Okay, the next question is how were you introduced to the Razz The Rose? Because I don't think you had heard of us beforehand.
No, I'd watched.
Oh?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
I think we came with Seth to.
Oh, yes. Seth is the drummer from Head Rot, big friend of the band, so yes. Anyways, continue.
And we watched you guys at Fives Below.
Oh, dang, so you're there for a second ever gig. Wow.
Yeah.
Wow, I didn't know that. Dang.
And then this one time, so Dylan is friends with Seth.
Yes,
and
true.
he stayed over at our house.
Yeah.
And I was making him a brew in the morning, and we were talking, and he was like, "Oh, do you play anything?" I was like, "Yeah, I'm a trumpet player, play at jazz band at uni, blah blah blah." Oh no way, we want brass players.
Yeah.
And then I came here for the first time I came here.
Didn't I see you also at Chintz before, or didn't know?
No, I didn't think so. I think I came straight here and met you.
Dang.
Yeah.
That's crazy. Yeah, that's true, because we met for the first time here in this exact apartment, which is unofficially the Razz The Rose headquarters. That's so sick. So you had heard us before, met Dylan, then he was like, wait, you play trumpet? Because I'd wanted to build a brass section for so long, because especially sax and trumpet and trombone, which we don't have a trombone player, but one day. Because I was like, jazz, it's got that, because when I think vocally, I think a lot of the songs are very brassy, nasally tones for the singing.
Okay.
And I was like, I want that, but not when I'm singing. I want that actually and better. But yeah, it's been crazy. For instance, I think the way that you've changed Strange, Strange was always fun. It's a great song. Yeah. But so the second that you come in with a trumpet line in the 3/4 breakdown, I don't actually know if it's 3/4. No, it's not. It's just 4/4, but it's a weird swung kind of But it just instantly made it feel so much cooler, and we're like, ah! Every time you come into that part, I'm like, yes, I made it. But yeah, okay. Here's a question. I've been mentioning the bouquet, which I've talked about before in other interviews. But I'm curious if you could describe what the bouquet means to you. What does that actually mean for the viewers at home? Easy question.
I feel like we're just little helpers that come in.
Yeah.
And just add a little bit extra to
a little pizzazz.
The already amazingness of you guys, and it's just fun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I mean, okay, like the reason we call it the bouquet is
Yeah.
obviously because it's the Razz and the Rose, but it's also because I think of it as like it's this mishmash of different styles and sounds and people that bring their very specific like flavor to the band, because we have a very cohesive kind of like we are this kind of, even though we have a bunch of different genres and stuff, but like you know that a song is written by us, but then like is also this has never been a purposeful thing, but I've just noticed this over the past few gigs that we coordinate very closely, sometimes not as closely, but like the core members, like, oh, what color schemes are we going for?
Yeah.
We almost never tell the bouquet. We actually tell the bouquet members, like, wear your own shit, because like Talia, whenever she comes, she is like just a very different vibe. You have a very different vibe. And it's so fun because it just is like, it's a little pop of color to make them more razzy, you know? I love it. It's really fun. How would you describe like the experience of being a bouquet member? How is that differed from being in big band or other stuff you've done before? Like, what is it? What's the difference, kind of?
I personally don't feel as much pressure because it's like I'm not in every single song, so I don't have a bunch of loads of stuff to learn. Yeah. So it's not like stressful.
That's good.
It's just it's just really fun. Aww, is the only way I could describe it. Yeah. Because
you've been like, because like obviously for big band there's not a song that you're like, okay, now I'm just gonna walk off stage, like you're doing all of them.
Yeah, we're in all of them.
Yeah, dang, that's true. Okay, next question. What is like the process of learning a new song for TR and TR? So the Razz and the Rose. Yeah. Like how does that go about? What's the procedure, I guess?
Well, I guess like we'd have a 1-to-1 session where you teach me like or sing to me what you want me to. What you want me to
this
play.
One. You're like, yeah.
You sing what you want me to play, and then it's a bit difficult when like it's not with the whole rest of the band because I don't know where in the song it is.
Interesting.
It's quite tricky to get where it is because it sounds so different with like just you playing it on keys to with everyone else. So then I think like the rehearsal after that it's a bit easier because I'm like, oh, that's where that goes and that's where I play that kind of thing, and then just practice it at home with the like backing tracks and stuff.
Because I think there's very rare times that you are doubling with other instruments other than keys. Usually it's like a duet between us. Yeah. And then if there's like a major one where it's like everybody plays it, like in Pessimistic or but often you're disconnected like rhythmically a lot of the time and melodically from the rest of the band. That's really interesting because that's one of the things that I really like doing with your parts is giving you rhythms that they're not the ones that the guitar's doing. They're not the ones that the drums are doing. I often give you these really like swoopy stuff. But wow, I never thought about that. It's also really hard though to do in studio when it's all of us, because if you know jazz musicians, they don't shut up. No. They're always playing. And so like, I can't hear what you're playing, but probably right? Yeah. But it's a good chaos. I want to do a video where we like just record some of the rehearsal times because they are chaos. No, very they're very funny. It usually goes, we were working on a song and then like Max will just start playing a different song, like not one of ours, just a random cover, and then Dylan's like, yeah, and then we all just start playing and we're like, okay, probably back to what we were supposed to be doing, but it's a beautiful chaos. It's a beautiful mess. Okay, what is your favorite trumpet part for TR and TR? For the Razz The Rose. For TR and TR. Because how many songs do you, at this moment, you have how many parts? You've got Strange, Pessimistica, Poison,
Whiskey
Cowboy,
and the Razzmatazz.
I
do really like Razzmatazz. That one's really
good
fun.
one. That's a good one. And that's the one that you wrote your own solos for. Because
I did.
at the beginning of when I met you, I was
Yeah.
like, usually for the bouquet members, it's a mixture of if they're instrumentalist. I
Yeah.
usually like give them sort of a mix of like insert solo part or insert some kind of cool harmony or you
Yeah.
know, or I write very specifically. And I
Yeah.
asked you like, what is your vibe? And you were like, please write. But then I was like, if you're doing that solo,
Yeah.
that's gotta be
Yeah.
all you, man. And it's
Yeah.
so good. That's
Aw.
stuck in my head. Every time I listen to that song, I get really excited to hear that part.
Aw.
Especially because
Yeah.
I think on Instagram there's a clip of that on our story, and I was like, I just keep watching it over and over. Is that's your favorite part?
Yeah, I think so. I do like that one. I like Strange as well. I have to run up halfway and it's really funny.
Yeah, true. There's parts where you come like. Poison You came off halfway through, which is really funny. And I love that they started cheering after. I just noticed that in watching we just did a gig at Cornish, first one back from over the New Year's. And yeah, you just will, okay, bye. It's so funny. And everyone starts cheering, but you become like a local legend for the band. Like literally every time we play there, I don't think a single gig has gone that they don't chant your name, which is because she's that good.
Oh, it's funny.
What is your favorite Razz song that you do not play on, and why?
Definitely Casual.
Ooh, I was
love
expecting
it.
that.
No, I love it. It's
Yeah?
great. Yeah.
What do you like about that song?
A boogie.
It's very groovy.
It's so good. I just love it. It's great. Yeah.
That is actually my favorite song.
Yeah,
also.
is it? Yeah.
It is. It's especially because there's this one part that the third chorus where you know that like it does like the oh god part three
That's
times.
my favorite.
Is it?
Yeah.
Same. It's my favorite because
It's so good.
It's just like that super high note and then oh,
Yeah.
it's so fun. And it took me forever because at the start of the band, I had no former training in singing, so like I did
Really?
not. Yeah, no.
Oh shit.
So I was like, it was really hard for me to hit a
Yeah.
high note, and I was like, ah. And then it was only, I think, right before you joined that I started being like, oh, I can hit these notes now.
Yeah.
And then it's so fun. But
Oh, nice.
I think in the future it would be really sick to get you on that song. Yeah.
It'd be very fun.
I've noticed that, okay, this was so weird. The other day when we were doing rehearsal and then when we had our gig,
Yeah.
I was hearing your parts that weren't, like, I was hearing what I was going to write you while I was playing. I was like, oh yeah, this would be kind of sick for you to do. It was so, I've never, like, I usually hear music in my head, but I've
Yeah.
never experienced it literally, like,
Yeah.
I could actually, I thought you were playing, and I was like, what is happening? But I think that's a good sign. You're, like, infusing into my brain. Yes, the Casual. Okay. I want you to give us, like, a breakdown of when we have a gig. What is that like for you? How do you prepare for it?
Yeah.
What is it like being on stage? The nerves, all
Yeah.
of it.
Well, I get quite nervous before a gig, so I don't know.
Do you usually, like, prep before the show, or you just, like, I go on and I'm ready?
I'll be like practicing my parts during the day because I'm petrified of getting up and forgetting them.
That's fair.
And then like the whole time before I go on for a song, I'll be like doing the valve movements before I go on,
That's
so I
cool.
don't forget them, and like singing it in my head.
Mm.
But then like once I'm up and playing, it's like, oh, this isn't that bad. It's fine.
Yeah,
It's really
yeah.
fun. Yeah.
That's sick. What is... I've asked each of the band members this because I've noticed we all have very different perspectives. Like, when I play, I have these moments where, like, I'm just in the music and don't experience... I don't really recognize that the audience is there,
Yeah.
and then it switches, and then because I have to be, like, frontman, like, I'm
Yeah.
like, oh, wait, there's people!
Yeah.
Hi, people! And then Dylan had that kind of reverse, like, that. I think he plays really well with me, because, like, whenever
Yeah.
I'm in my moment, he's usually... getting
Yeah.
the band to hype up or getting the audience to clap and stuff. And then Max had a different perspective. I think he was like, because he's not... Ooh, this is a good one. Because you guys are similar... Both of you are not music students and not art students.
Yeah.
And he was saying that because of that, he's a very different perspective of performing because he's like, well, this is not going to be my job, so I'm not stressed about, I need to do really perfect.
Yeah.
But do you experience that too, or do you feel like, no, I'm a musician, like, I gotta do this, or, not that Max doesn't care about perform well, but it's like, he doesn't have that extra stress.
Yeah. I do agree with that to some degree, but I also think, like, personally, I want to play it perfectly, play as best as I can. Yeah. Because, I'd feel a bit bad if I didn't.
That's fair. I know it's different for you because you are usually, I write parts for you. Like, you have a specific, and it's very intentional.
Yeah.
But there are definitely things that you tweak and add. Like, I love, I think it's strange. You add, like, trills and extra notes to like go in, and that's it's so cool. I'm obsessed with it. But how much of that is intentional, like thought out, and how much is like in the moment improv?
I don't know. I think it's kind of intentional because when I've had like jazz lessons and like learning how to improvise and do your own thing, like I was taught to add like stuff like that.
Yeah.
I know sometimes it just comes to me in moments, I guess.
In moments of euphoria. Yeah. I genuinely, you and Talia's parts are my favorite things about the band. Like, they're the parts that I get so hyped about. Like, I love your part in Pessimistica. You're like, it's like every time I just go, oh, it's so good. But there's been so many moments where I was like, ooh, you just add a little pizzazz to it, and it's so fun. Okay, what role do you think, this gets really philosophical, what role do you think the trumpet serves for the songs? Like, what is its position in the song? What is it there for? Other than just, it sounds really good.
Ooh.
I know. Just went from like, what's your favorite song to, what does it mean? Like, why is trumpet?
Can I have a second to think about
it? No, it has to be instant. No,
sip of water.
I don't even know if somebody asked me that for piano, I don't know how I'd respond. So good luck.
Thank you. I don't know, I think maybe like I said before, it's kind of like just a little added extra that floats on the top.
Yeah.
Of the rest of the band. I don't really know.
Do you think that you do, like, I'm trying to think. You don't have a lot of ones where it's with the vocals. Like, a lot of the times it's the instrumental sections.
Yeah.
But do you think that it takes more of like a counter melody, counter harmony, or is it more like, this is kind of music theory, but like, I think, like you usually double up with piano at some point.
Yeah.
But I'm trying to think of moments where you double up with the vocal. I know for Whiskey, that's the main one where you like, you definitely do some stuff that the vocals are doing.
I think that's the only one.
Yeah. Well, I guess that makes sense. Strange doesn't have vocals for when you're on.
Yeah.
Obviously, Pessimistica. Poison is in development. But no, that's, I don't know how I would answer that. But I agree. It is like, I think Whiskey is the most integral. Like, I keep saying this, but like, the lines you do in that song are just so addictive.
It's really fun.
Especially, I love, I can't think of it right now because but the ones where like, after the We're Not Getting Down to Bone Showtime, all that section, when we get into the last verse, you have two variations of the run and split between the like accent pieces of the secondary vocals, which is really fun. That's one that you do. But the second one that you do, the second is I can't think of that. You know what I'm talking about. No. It's so fun. Yeah.
It's really good.
It's so sick. Anyways. All right. This is the last question. Oh my gosh. That went really quickly. What are you looking forward to in the future of the band? Like, what are things that you, musically, performance, like, are there venues you want to play? That kind of stuff.
Just more gigs. I just love it. It's great. It's so fun. I think Chintz would be a good gig place.
Yes, I agree. What about... I've really wanted to go outside of Falmouth. Like, I want to do more, like... I really want to play in St. Ives.
Really?
So bad. I don't even know venues in St. Ives. I know there are a few,
there was
but...
a jazz bar in St. Ives.
Oh my
Walked
god.
past it a few weeks ago.
Okay.
Yeah.
I think that should be our next goal. So I love St. Ives. It's such a cute town.
It's really nice.
And I just think getting our stuff out there, because, like, it's really cool. I don't know. Have you experienced this? I know various members of the band have experienced this. Like, walking on the street, people are like, Razz The Rose. Have you ever gotten that?
I have one time in Chintz, and this girl came up to me. She was like, "Oh, we saw you play yesterday."
Oh, that's so cool.
Yeah. It was really weird.
Do you get
so
recognized for being in Jam First ever? No. Don't look up. No. I guess there are significantly more people in that, though. They're like, it's like 20 of you, or
probably a bit more. Maybe I don't know.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Okay, so Chintz, that is a big goal for us. We've wanted to do that for basically since we started. I mean, we were like, that should be our first gig, which is stupid because I don't think anyone's ever played Chintz as their first show, because it's infamously difficult to get. But
is it?
Yeah. Is there anything else you want to talk about?
No, I don't think so. Just like, thank you
Aww.
for the opportunity. It's so fun. I just love it. It's great.
Aww. We are very, very, very happy to have you. It's definitely been like... I think you have a particularly great, like, essence to you. Because, like, sometimes the chemistry doesn't always work with a band. Like, we've been really fortunate as a band to have just really good people. Like you just... The second you came in, I was like, oh, like, this is gonna work. This is good. Because you have, like... You both have, like, a calm, like, dedicated kind of aura. But you also are, like... weird and funky like the rest of us, and don't get weirded out when we're really strange in rehearsals, because we are.
Yeah, a little
bit. But no, you fit in perfect.
Thank you.
Oh, I didn't even talk about that. I'm pretty sure that when this video gets released, either we'll have just announced the Graveyard Gig happened. But there's a moment in that I adore, which is the first time you start playing, like, people, you can see that your friends, like, smile at you, and because you go, like, from, like, in the moment to hello, and it's so cute. I was like, yes. But there are some awesome shots, and you got to hear, like, Razzmatazz. We've only done that twice, I think.
Yeah.
Once recorded is the Graveyard Gig, so definitely go check that video out to hear what we're talking about, see her play awesomely, and then come see us live, because we've got quite a few gigs in the works. Instagram is probably the best place to find out, or the website, or anywhere else. Just ask us. I don't know, you'll probably see us around. But thanks for doing this, and go watch the rest of our stuff.